Welcome to Just Gist TV. Just when fans thought 2026 would start quietly, a fresh announcement has completely shaken the internet. Sonia Uche and Maurice are back in the spotlight again. And this time, fans are screaming, confused, and honestly exhausted. Before anyone could even settle into the new year, before old wounds could heal and ongoing drama could cool off, Sonia Uche and Maurice made an announcement that instantly reignited conversations many people were already tired of having. The timing alone felt intentional to some fans and careless to others. What exactly is going on? That is the question flooding comment sections, fan pages, and entertainment platforms right now. For months, the back and forth surrounding Sonia Uche and Maurice has followed the same frustrating pattern. Rumors rise, reactions explode, silence follows, then another statement appears just enough to reopen everything again. Each cycle leaves fans more emotionally drained than the last. This announcement, however, felt different. Not because it was loud. Not because it was dramatic. But because it came too soon. Fans barely had time to breathe before the new year was interrupted by another headline involving the same names. Many supporters who once defended every move are now openly admitting fatigue. The reactions were immediate. Some fans screamed in excitement, interpreting the announcement as confirmation of what they had long suspected. Others reacted with confusion, unable to understand why clarity still felt incomplete. A growing group expressed outright frustration, saying they were tired of being emotionally dragged into a story that never fully resolves. Subscribe to Just Gist TV now because this conversation is getting deeper. What made the announcement particularly triggering was its vagueness. It said enough to spark hope, speculation, and controversy, but not enough to bring closure. Fans were left once again filling in the blanks, arguing over meanings, and choosing sides. Supporters of Sonia Uche defended her fiercely. They argued that she has every right to live her life freely without being responsible for how people interpret announcements. According to them, blaming her for fan exhaustion is unfair, especially when she has maintained relative silence compared to the noise around her. Maurice's supporters echoed similar sentiments. They insisted that he cannot be held hostage by public opinion and that his life choices should not be dictated by fan comfort. To them, the announcement represented growth, maturity, and forward movement. But critics were not convinced. They accused both parties of feeding a never-ending cycle of emotional suspense. According to critics, if clarity truly mattered, it would have been provided by now. Instead, they argue that ambiguity continues because it keeps attention alive. This is where fan exhaustion becomes impossible to ignore. Many longtime followers admitted they no longer feel excitement when these names trend. Instead, they feel irritation. Some confessed that they now scroll past updates they once followed closely. Others said they feel emotionally manipulated, pulled back into conversations they were trying to move on from. The phrase back and forth dominated reactions. Fans described the situation as repetitive, predictable, and draining. They questioned why every development feels halfway complete, never definitive enough to end speculation. What are they hiding? Or is there nothing to hide at all? That uncertainty is what keeps the cycle alive. Entertainment commentators weighed in, noting that unresolved narratives often cause stronger reactions than confirmed truths. According to them, ambiguity creates emotional tension, and emotional tension fuels engagement. But engagement comes at a cost. Fans are human. Emotional investment requires energy. And many are now questioning whether that energy is being respected. Sonia Uche's silence after the announcement only added fuel to the fire. Some fans praised her composure, calling it classy and intentional. Others accused her of letting fans fight battles she refuses to address. Maurice's response, or lack thereof, drew similar criticism. Supporters described his restraint as maturity. Critics described it as avoidance. Neutral observers simply asked for honesty. What exactly are fans supposed to do with half-truths? This question appeared repeatedly across platforms. Some fans argued that the announcement was harmless and that the outrage was unnecessary. Others insisted that context matters, especially when emotions have been stretched thin over months of speculation. The emotional temperature of the fanbase has clearly shifted. Where there was once excitement, there is now impatience. Where there was loyalty, there is now skepticism. Where there was hope, there is now caution. Many fans are no longer asking for romance confirmation. They are asking for peace. Peace from endless speculation. Peace from emotional baiting. Peace from narratives that never settle. Critics argue that if Sonia Uche and Maurice truly wanted to end the noise, they would speak plainly. Supporters counter that they owe no one explanations and that fans should set boundaries instead of demanding answers. Both sides make valid points. But the reality remains that fans are tired. Some fans have begun calling for disengagement. They urge others to stop projecting, stop defending, and stop attacking. According to this group, stepping back is the only way to break the cycle. Others refuse to disengage. They argue that emotional investment is natural and that celebrities benefit from fan loyalty, whether they acknowledge it or not. This tension has split the fan base. What was once a unified group of supporters has now fractured into excitement seekers, skeptics, defenders, and critics. The announcement did not bring people together. It exposed exhaustion. Even neutral observers have started expressing concern. They know that repeated emotional triggers without resolution can damage trust between public figures and their audiences. Once fans feel strung along, regaining their confidence becomes difficult. This is why the timing of the announcement matters. Doing this at the very start of 2026, when many people were hoping for fresh beginnings, felt jarring. Fans wanted closure, not continuation. And yet, continuation is exactly what they got. So what is really going on? Is this genuine misunderstanding amplified by social media? Is it intentional ambiguity designed to maintain relevance? Or is it simply two individuals living their lives while the internet refuses to let go? The truth may lie somewhere in between. What is undeniable is that fans are reaching a limit. They are no longer reacting blindly. They are questioning patterns. They are demanding emotional responsibility. They are recognizing that loyalty should not mean exhaustion. As the days pass, reactions continue to pour in. Some fans still scream in excitement. Others shake their heads and move on. A few hold out hope that clarity will finally come. But many are preparing themselves emotionally for the possibility that it never will. And that may be the most honest realization of all. This is Just Gist TV, where we tell the stories as they unfold and ask the questions fans are afraid to ask. If you are tired of the back and forth, you are not alone. If you are confused, you are not alone. And if you are still watching, subscribe now because this story is far from over.